This was after dropping about 100 and no, like a little bit over 100 and more.
I feel your pain. I feel your pain. I did the same, and it makes you figure out, like, what you have to do. I think the moral of the story from this, you'll probably find, is you just got to focus on the fundamentals, like play simple
Yeah.
Rocket League. That's how you kind of get your confidence back, is playing simple Rocket League. But we'll kind of have a look and see um, how everything is, and kind of go from there. All right, let's
Right.
see. All right, twos. Let's go. Is it laggy? Let
Yeah, a
me.
little bit.
It is a little laggy. Give me a second. Ah, that's why. Yeah, my computer decides sometimes to go. Oh, do you want to
23
play? Do
FPS.
you want to play cinematic? Yeah. All right. There we go. Smooth
Let's
as.
go.
All right. Okay. So, first off, when we're playing not super confident, let's simplify our touches a little bit. Um,
Okay.
I would kind of just keep this on the wall and sit behind it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Um, let's kind of like reduce the amount of mechanics that we believe that we can do, and we probably can with a bit of confidence. But let's kind of play simple, easy Rocket League, because if you play simple, easy Rocket League, and say you've dropped like a rank, right? Like from
Yeah.
champ 3 to champ 2, right?
Yeah.
Um, you're going to beat people because your skills and your decision making are fundamentally better than theirs. So you don't have
Yeah.
to pull out all the stops. So you just gotta play simple Rocket League here, and using this and kind of like wasting all your boosts is probably not the best idea. You just want to kill time so that your teammate can kind of get back.
Okay.
Um, Here, as soon as you see the guy, I personally I love baiting people into going up the wall like this. But as soon as you see him go up the wall like this, you should be getting back to, I'd say, if we're going about this, it'd be like you'd want to try and get to around about. You want to obviously get the boost if you can, and kind of sit here
Yeah.
so you can defend the
Okay.
whole. Yeah, and then you also have kept momentum, because he's unlikely to get a good hit on the ball, due to the fact that he's champ 2, as well as the fact that the ball's off the wall.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say most likely to hit here without even looking at it. It's not going to be too difficult, so you can play this. With 60,000 boost, I'd say, yeah, just go back to goal here,
Okay.
because that, let's look at it from your teammate's
Yeah.
perspective. Probably messed him up, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'd be in a worrying spot. Obviously, he's in a bad spot. If we're looking at it from his angle, he should actually be kind of like, you know,
More
back.
back posting.
Yeah, actually back post, like right here. But this is own goal territory. This isn't. But yeah, um, let's have a look at him. Yeah, you can see
Okay.
awkward for him too. So yeah,
Yeah.
if you play that back post angle, you probably confuse him a little less there.
Okay.
Cool. You're the first person I've coached that actually follows the little boost pads. I'm very happy.
I
I'm
have a
very happy.
habit of doing that.
That's
Yeah.
very good. Yeah, how I extend it a little further, in terms of, obviously, I'm sure like here, because you're
Yeah.
following that path right now, right? Um, but I also find it as a way to spread out a bit. So this is okay. Like, you're getting
Yeah. So
boost.
I should go into mid here
You should
rather
be
than
going mid.
following straight.
Yeah. Um, I almost use it as a way to guide yourself where you should be in the pitch. Yes, the boost is almost a plus based off the spreading, but yeah, definitely I'd say mid or maybe far, because what he's gonna probably do is hit it hard, and it's gonna go here, sort of, probably, if he doesn't score it right. If he hits it here, then yes, probably here's better, but honestly, here you can still kind of cut in and probably score it too, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd spread out a little
Yeah.
bit more. Um, in Champ 2 level play, I think you're right. Going down this route is probably better, and just sit back a bit more, because you can see there's no one in front of you, so it's all good, right?
Yeah.
And I've just drawn so much stuff on the pitch. Looks like hieroglyphics. Okay, cool. Let's go back. and he scores it. It doesn't matter. Yeah. So
So I
the
think
yeah.
my thought process there was I knew one of them was behind us and one of them was demoed, so he was going to be spawning on either right or left. So if he spawned on the right, my teammate just had a pass for open net if he couldn't get the shot himself.
I would say 9 times out of 10 that guy's going to try and shoot at goal. Let's be honest, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
let's position so that if he misses and hits near post or far post, well near post, that you can score it. That's the idea I'd be going through. No one in
yeah.
Champ 2 and Champ 3 really is going to go for any passing because for passing to work, both people have to execute well, and I don't trust my teammates in that kind of level to
Mhm.
execute well.
I
Um,
noticed when I play with ones players, because usually I solo queue in this game, and
hmm
I will queue with anybody that I think is decent.
Yeah.
Usually. So I notice a lot, like anybody, I usually ask people what their main game mode is, and anybody that plays ones for some reason is really good at receiving passes. I don't know why that is, but that just happens for me.
It's because they're competent at their mechanical skills. What's
Yeah,
probably losing them out is their positioning in twos. So in ones, like it's kind of like you have to be mechanically good to
yeah,
stay in there, and also, uh, yeah. So like for example, I'm grand champion twos and threes, right? But I'm only
yeah,
like champ one or champ two in ones. And it's pretty let's say normal for that kind of level difference if you main out of twos or threes. But if you main ones, then you kind of the thing that's really there's like two kind of containers, one which is mechanics and one which is positioning and decision making. And
yeah,
usually the ones players are very good at the mechanics but have shit positioning. So yes, they can receive the passes, but they'll probably be caught out more because they don't really understand a little bit of how like rotations or the right decisions to make. So yeah,
yeah. All right.
cool. Yeah, so definitely I'd say mid there for champ 2 or 3, just so that just in case he misses. All right, that's fine. That's fine. That's also good. You've done the right thing there. I like that. You're keeping your eyes open.
Usually how I cheat on those kickoffs is just going to that right boost pad and cutting mid, but
Cool.
he didn't go, so
That's good. That's good.
that was a
Look, this is an awkward play regardless.
I
I
realize I
I
probably should have landed upwards on the wall, but
I'd be surprised if you were to get that. Like for me in the same position, I think I'd screw that up too. Um, you're just kind of taken out of your comfort zone. But what I would do is I would have bumped that guy or done something, you know.
yeah, yeah,
I would have tried to make it easier in some way, contribute in some way.
yeah,
Because you're leaving the ball open. I'd almost the way that you landed, obviously you can't. It's harder to kind of control the ball. But if you could have gotten any single touch at all after the play, after you missed it, pop it up, do anything to change the angle. That's probably your most the best contribution you can. But it's an awkward angle regardless. In terms
yeah.
of tackling this, I would say here you should have gone the other way. So go round the other way. When I mean other way, I mean this way,
Yeah.
because you create more of an angle for yourself to hit it off the backboard, so it's not central as much. But you made a good touch, so based
Cool.
off like you not knowing your teammate, it's you did the best you could there.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, obviously put if even in that situation, I reckon you could have pushed it wide a little bit more, right? You
Yeah, I
reckon?
know. I think I got a mistouch because I think I was trying to clear it wide, but
Yeah,
then I missed my free flip. So
that's all good. Honestly, like you did well there for being caught off guard. Do you are you fast? Fa-
yeah,
speed
speed
flipping?
flipping plus keeping 14 boost.
Oh, dude, you have a better speed flip than I do.
I should have went for mid there.
Yeah,
All right.
cool. The reason why actually is pretty simple. Is you just want to keep within a third of your teammate, really,
Yeah.
right?
I usually give that rule also to people that I coach, but I don't know
Exactly.
why I went back there. I just
Oh
like,
no, no,
you know what? I turn on ball cam. Let's go.
I know exactly why you went that. You don't trust your teammate in Champ 2, right? You
Yeah.
play
Well,
you play
that's
more defensive, right?
I okay. So my usual mindset in twos is I play a little bit of ones. I don't play a ton of ones because I get
Mm-hmm.
bored of ones very easily.
Oh, I get
But
tilted,
usually when
so
I'm trying to improve, I
yeah.
don't usually see the thing is I don't usually get tilted in ones because when I play ones personally, I mostly go for mechanical plays, and
Okay.
that's how I train my mechanics kind of under
Interesting.
pressure.
Interesting.
So I'll hop into a ones game and I'll try and put myself in as many situations where I can go for mechanical plays, whether it's like a flick or whether it's like something off the wall.
Mm-hmm.
I have too much time in free play practicing air dribbles and flip resets.
Oof.
Uh,
You're the opposite of
that's
me.
one thing. So I probably have like 200 hours just sitting in free play practicing air dribbles and flip resets, and I've probably about 500 hours in game, like actually playing like in game. So
Uh,
like,
I've got in my 3,600 hours of gameplay. I have done one flip reset goal in my time, and maybe it.
really, I've hit like 10 or 20 probably, and I only started learning flip resets maybe like a couple weeks ago, maybe.
Yeah, look, I'm old.
Well,
I'm
a couple
I,
weeks ago.
I'm 25, so I'm really
Yeah,
expired. Honestly, like I should retire.
expired.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So here, you've done the right thing. I would say maybe don't push up immediately when he's about to hit the ball hard,
Yeah,
because he could hit it at goal, and I'd be pointing your car towards goal or at least horizontally,
sure. Just sit back post as in case, and then
because for sure,
flip towards the.
yeah, yeah, you could feel backflip man if he kind of like hits it at goal,
Yeah,
right? So yeah, so that's the only thing. You're staying back, which is good, but yeah, all right, that's good. That's good. Not so good.
I don't know. Yeah, I meant to. I don't know why I did that. I should have went for boost.
Yes.
Damn it.
Just boost all the way down. Just boost down so that you have because now you're confusing your teammate. Let's have
Yeah,
a look at from his perspective. All right. Sick. This is gonna be a pass. Oh no, he's boosting. And then yeah.
yeah,
And uh, I appreciate it, but I don't know if I trust my champ two teammates to score on in that
yeah.
perspective. I'd be whenever unless it's an easy like for me that's too little space for you to do this play.
Yeah.
Because if skills decided to go for a charge directly at your teammate, it's a two on zero the other side, right?
Yeah.
So I probably wouldn't have done this. I would have left. But I can see the merit of it if he was say I don't know like 5 meters back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have gone for this play, but I think it's too close for this. You can
I
see
think
how
my
awkward
thought
it is.
process. I think
Yeah.
my thought process here was I have boost and I have momentum because I was going near
Mhm.
supersonic when I
Mhm.
hit that boost, if I'm not mistaken. So my thought process is either I think I was going decently fast. No, I wasn't. Never mind. I'm wrong. Um, I think my thought process was I picked up this boost and I have forward momentum. My options are either to half flip or go for demo because I would be cutting him off if I turned back immediately.
Mhm.
Because if I
Mhm.
turned straight right, I think I would have bumped him. I don't know. Yeah. If
No.
I would have cut right in front of him if I cut straight right.
Yeah, I
So
think
my
it's an
thought
awkward
process
place
was
to
half
be.
flip.
I think it all stems from randomly using your boost midway.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you should be leaving. Yep. Cool. You're taking one of the mid boot pads. That's okay. That's great. All right. Definitely don't go for the pass.
All
Um,
right.
it's he's not gonna pass it. I don't believe.
Yeah, I doubt it.
He's going for the dribble,
Yeah.
right? So you're leaving yourself in a bad position so that if he gets dunked on, there's no one back. Um, I'd say only at like Grand Champ level would I even think about being open for a pass because it's just the mechanics aren't there. The consistency isn't there. It's just not worth it.
All right.
You don't need to outplay that hard. to get to score on people. All right, so with that out of the way, let's have a look. You got bumped. Yeah, so I'd
So in
be
theory, if he is more consistent, that would be a decent play. But since he is not going to pass, that's not a good play.
yeah, and even at Grand Champ level, like I'd much rather he outplays them and then I clean up, or the other way, because it
Yeah.
leaves at least one person back. So I'd be sitting around here if I was in this perspective, right? I go here,
Okay.
I see the 50-50 is about to happen, now I go wide. That make sense? It's much
Yeah.
simpler.
And then okay.
Because going here now is, like, it's much better to sit back, chill out, and then read what. Once I see him beat this man, right? I go, okay, he's beating that man. Now I'm gonna sit wider, out, and
Okay.
it's much simpler for me to score this, or it's easier for me to have the opportunity to score this, and
Yeah.
it also leaves me the option to leave immediately. So yeah,
Okay.
cool. I love it. Preempting the 50-50, I would say sit a little further back because the 50-50 could go far worse, and at this
Okay.
position you can't defend properly. But I like that you're sitting horizontally so that you're open to both options. He's a bit of a
And then
ball
just
chaser. I can see.
yeah, I
I
didn't
can see. I
expect
can
him to
see. I can.
chase there.
Now, if he's a ball chaser, you gotta change your own play. You can't change him, right?
Yeah.
So here, let him be the aggressive one. Yeah, if he's able to, if he's gone to this rank doing this, you should be able
Yeah.
to push him above that to win on these guys, right? If you're champ 3, right?
Yeah.
In in terms of cleaning up, he'll beat people, right? But he won't score. You just need to clean up. That's it, right?
Yeah.
Think of it from that
Right.
perspective. Because what were you thinking here in general?
I was thinking because he used boost after he picked up the boost to
Mm-hmm.
go back further. So my thought process was when I turned here, because I started turning right about here.
Mm-hmm.
My thought process, he's going back, so I'm gonna cut wave dash on the wall and start a dribble, I think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But then he cuts right here, which I wasn't expecting, because he
The
boosted back and then he turned.
only reason I would cut him here is if he flips.
Okay.
What he's actually trying to do here is give himself space,
Yeah.
right? You see that? He's giving himself space.
Yeah.
So yeah, the front flip, the diagonal flip, that's the way that you know that he's not going to go for the ball. Obviously, you can kind of stay relevant so that if he leaves, then you can go for it. But
Yeah.
yeah, when I see an aggressive player, see you can see he hates you with a
Yeah. He
burning
doesn't
passion.
like me.
Um, so stay out of his way. Let him play 1 versus 2, and
Okay.
then
And
clean
then
up.
clean up
Yeah,
and go for solo plays.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Let him do his solo plays. Like, he's not gonna score off them, but he's probably gonna beat at least one, and sometimes beat two, and then that's where you can kind of clean up. That's it. That's all you can do. And that's also why I wouldn't be playing. See, he beats people, but he's at this
He
rank.
doesn't. He doesn't do it for. He doesn't do it well. So
No, he beats people, but he's at this rank because he can't finish, right? So you gotta just finish for him. You see him cutting you off, fine.
yeah.
But oh, dude, Is it? Is it at? Okay, there we go.
I
So
believe it is.
yeah, okay, cool. All right, so it just felt so slow, like right here, like it actually felt in
Yeah.
slow mo. You're too close. Is this
Yeah.
the best? Is this the best position to be in? To receive a pass or to defend what's about to happen?
No, I should be more mid and not cutting this way because I've had a boost anyways.
Yeah, I'd be sitting. I'd be sitting here-ish,
Yeah.
pointing sort of like my car this way, and then kind
Yeah.
of like sitting wider, and then going, all right, all right, all right. Now he's missed. I'm just gonna go here, and then I challenge. Cool.
Okay.
It's fine to not commit for every play. Every play is not gonna be a winner, but being in this position is probably harder to be in.
Okay.
But though your one's ability seems pretty adequate in terms of like shadow defense. So.
Okay, can I, okay, so when I was, I don't know if you're on Reddit at all, but there's a Reddit called Rocket League School, and it's basically just like posts to ask tips or
Mhm.
like advice and stuff. So I posted a replay on there when I was like high Diamond 3, low Champ 1,
Mhm.
and I basically said, coach me, and
Mhm.
I got a few responses from some SSL players and some
Mhm.
GC2 players, and the general consensus was I go for too many mechanical plays. I wasn't as consistent back then as I am now, so
Mhm.
I feel more comfortable going for them now. Because basically, in that replay, I wasn't doing too well with them, but I
Mhm.
had a habit of going for them even when
Mhm.
I wasn't hitting them.
Yeah.
So the consensus was I should go for more ground plays because in the one flick that I did in that game, I hit 110 kph pretty much, and I scored.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm reasonably consistent, especially with the Fennec at flicks. So consensus was I should go for my ground play.
Yes.
I did not pick up many boost pads at all in those gameplays, and I mostly went for hundreds.
Yeah.
And recently, well, since then, about a month and a half ago, I've been picking up way more boost pads.
Mhm.
Most of the time, I won't go for 100, and I'll stick to playing middle if
Mhm.
my teammate's going up.
Yeah.
And the last thing was I was very patient because I play a lot of ones, so I
Yeah.
was decent at shadowing compared to most things.
Yes.
And I got told that that was very good, so I just usually try and shadow most plays, but I realize that's probably not the greatest thing
Well.
when my
Okay.
teammate's already back a lot of the
So.
time, and I have a
So.
habit of just shadowing.
Let's play this back. I would say here you're too close
Yeah,
because he can just hit the ball at you, like
yeah,
above you. So if we're talking about shadowing distance, I think that's an issue. You're not you're too close, and also here I'd be cut if I could I'd be cutting hard because this is easily a shot on goal from here.
okay.
Um, but obviously you're in an awkward position because you're too close. Because you're too close,
Yeah,
you've left. But if you were in an appropriate distance, you can cut him off real easily there. The reason why everyone will tell you to play ground play, which I recommend to be honest, in twos, is because flicks and shots at goal are so much less risky than any airplay.
yeah,
In terms of you're not fully committing, right? Like you just flick the ball and leave, right?
yeah,
Airplay, you're committed. You got to be good, otherwise, it's a 2-on-1 the other way.
yeah,
Here you can use boost in this time frame. I like that you've waited for the bounce. That's good.
yeah,
But you could have boosted earlier if you wanted to commit here, right? Or
yeah,
you fake the challenge on you force him up the wall, right?
yeah. See, my thought process was I should go for a challenge here because my teammate's gonna be back most likely.
I don't
So if
I
I challenge here and the ball can either I win the challenge or
Okay.
we lose challenge.
I like that, but if you're gonna do that, then commit harder earlier.
Yeah,
As soon as you know what the bounce is on the wall, right here, you should be boosting.
yeah, I should be boosting.
And
And
you
I whip the ball.
yeah, you don't you whiff the ball because you don't calculate the trajectory of it in terms of the challenge. You
Yeah,
can see that you're going higher than the ball, and that's just practice. That's fine. So yeah, for me, if it was me in this gameplay, I'd I I'd go I'd fake challenging up the wall here, right? And
yeah,
then I would still be on the wall, but I'd be kind of like driving up this way, like that,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
I can
backward.
backflip and then hit the ball. Or
Okay,
as soon as he makes his first touch, which is probably he'll hit it and probably go around here, I'll hit that ball instead.
okay,
Because for me, the distance is too short. He's much closer to the ball than I am, so it's unlikely that I'll beat him to it. So yeah,
right.
that would be my thought process here. Oh my god, what the hell is that on the right side of the screen?
Butterfly.
It's rather screwed up. All right, we'll just ignore that. That's just the Matrix. So you gotta. Can you hear the guy behind you here?
I'm not sure if I can or not.
Okay.
I can't remember.
So you gotta always be aware. So in this exact position, you have to be acutely aware he's going to try and demo you. Okay.
Yeah,
It's the for sure thing, because if he demos you, this ball bounces mid, the other guy can score. So you gotta probably flash that rear view slightly just to know where he's coming from.
yeah,
See, he's gone for the demo. Cool. Now, high roller is got the mid in close, right? Where do you
yeah.
need to go to
Right.
support him?
Yeah. Okay. Right side or more right side, mid right probably.
From this perspective, I'd be going like, all right, I need to go around about here. It means I can still
Yeah.
turn back, but also means that if he gets a good 50, I'm here to score.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let him be the star player. It's fine.
I just remembered this. Okay, so in this gameplay, I was tilted.
Yeah.
This guy, I actually remember this guy, okay? He was spamming great pass and what a save on most of everything that I
When
did.
when when you're tilted, right? Mute
Yeah.
the chat.
Okay.
It's simple. Your mechanics, your decision making are better than the average person. It's fine. Especially if he starts spamming you, then you definitely mute him.
Yeah.
Like it's fine. Like he's
Yeah, no. This
he
entire game was just horrible because everybody was spamming what a save and like nice shot when you'd miss a shot or it's just random stuff
yeah,
like
but
that.
but do you need to engage with it? Do you even need to see
No,
it? You
not
can live your
really.
life so much nicer and so much more
Yeah.
relaxed when you mute the chat if something toxic's about to happen. We don't have that so much in OC in terms of ranked.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's the odd toxic person, but yeah, just mute the chat. That's it. Especially if you're
Yeah.
tilted. I'd be literally playing with no chat, honestly. If I was
Oh, I
yeah,
I also want to say, I just realized this now again. New player is a Smurf, by the way. I forgot to mention that.
that's fine.
He was, I believe he said he was GC1 on his main or something, and he had like 50 games played on this account, so
Yeah,
he was not the actual rank.
totally get it. But it's obvious that they're not really that good in terms of
Yeah,
chemistry and things like that. So it means that they
yeah,
are beatable, and that means probably
yeah,
that YK9 skills isn't at his level
yeah,
in terms of uh, like he might be champ 1 instead of champ 2, you know?
yeah,
So it really doesn't matter in the end. Yes, they probably statistically are slightly better, but if you make better decisions, two players, I trust two averagely higher players than one really high player and one lower player. Does that make sense?
yeah,
Because competently, they're both going to be slightly, they're going to be more competent. So yeah. Anyway, here, obviously, you're going the wrong way.
yeah. Should have been mid then.
Yeah. And you can also see that if you were a bit more mid, you'd be able to challenge him before he's got fully control of the ball, right?
Yeah,
Now he's going to challenge again. Fine. I can see why you'd be annoyed with this guy. I understand. That's okay. You're not going to win every game. Cool. Love it. No, don't love this. You, you're basically telling him shoot to the back corner and you win.
yeah. I think I was just focusing the pads too hard.
Yeah, this is
I was
where
following pads.
you have so much boost. If you have 50 boost, you're able to defend anything.
Yeah,
So yeah, get back post, get momentum. You'll be able to defend more. You're leaving part
yeah.
of your goal open.
Okay. I don't know what I flipped there.
That's okay. That's okay. Look, the tilted mindset is so obviously you want to be your the tilted mindset is tough. I understand. Like after losing like 100+ points, I was like, wow, I must really suck. Um, but look, it's just a confidence thing.
Yeah.
You play a little simpler, play a little bit more defensive, you'll get back up there. So sit wider, obviously. I would definitely be challenging here. I would have challenged as soon as I see the 50-50 happen right about here, and he's in an awkward space right here. I'd be gone instantly. Okay. Take it up the wall, etc. Now, your shadow defense is a little off here. You should be as far wide as possible here, because
Okay.
right now you're underneath the
Yeah.
wall. It's much harder to defend there. So yeah.
And then my thought process was I'm gonna beat him, so I'm just gonna bring it to close
Yeah, yeah,
quarters.
cool.
And then he cuts me again.
That's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta play around it. You can't choose your teammates unless, of course, you party up with
You do
someone
choose your
and then
teammates.
you choose your teammates. But when you're solo queuing, you accept that you're gonna have less quality teammates, but you'll lose less MMR. So yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to see what your height is in the kickoff. Yeah, dude, that's pretty damn near perfect. I'd say maybe slightly higher, but that's pretty damn good for. You have better kickoff than I do, so I'd, I'd say that's good.
I learned how to speed flip in like Diamond 3 probably, so I've been doing it for a while.
You're one of those people. Every one of my diamond slash plat players are like, I'm trying to learn how to speed flip, and I go, but you don't know how to hit the ball hard, or you can't aerial properly. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, you got it now. That's good. I only learned how to even like shittily speed flip in Grand Champ, because I don't know. The only reason I learned it was just when I want to learn a new skill. I feel like even getting to Grand Champ, you don't need speed flips.
Yeah. The reason why I originally learned it is because I noticed a lot of people in Diamond were doing it out
Mhm.
of nowhere. I don't know why so many people in Diamond were doing it.
Yeah.
I like one day I just spent like all day losing kickoffs over and over to people speed flipping because they were just getting there first.
Mhm.
And then I'm like, and especially when I'd play ones, there'd be players that would speed flip and I'd just lose like by a
Mhm.
lot. I
Mhm.
don't know, just because they could speed flip.
Totally
And
get
I'm
it.
like, you know what? If I'm gonna play more ones, I might as well learn to speed flip. And then I spent like, it took me like about 20 minutes to actually learn to get it consistent, and then it took me a while to get used to doing it on kickoff. But
Yeah, my speed flip sucks even hours now into it. Like I work
I
full
use it a
time.
lot in terms of recoveries. I'll just speed flip,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Me too.
and
I think mine is
yeah,
more of a side flip, speed flip than a proper speed flip, which is
yeah.
fine. Anyway, let's have a look at this play. All right. So you should learn by now that he cuts everything, right? So you gotta change your play style a little bit.
I
No,
think that's a habit that I need to learn
yep.
is to adapt because I don't have a habit of adapting to teammates. I have a habit more adapting to opponents.
Yeah, like solo queue, you gotta learn how to adapt. You gotta be that like glue that glues you guys together.
Yeah,
Um, Here, don't do the in and out thing, because if he smashes that, that's a goal, right?
yeah,
Now you should be putting this mid. You don't need the boost. Just put this mid early.
okay. I don't think I put it in. Yeah,
If you put it mid slightly earlier, it would have been a goal.
yeah.
Oh, oh, oh. Next, you gotta go up early.
Yeah.
Here.
I think I figured he would cut me here and try and go again, so I just didn't.
No, I understand. But you should know once the apex of the ball has gone, it's yours. Okay.
Yeah,
Now you should like once this ball had bounced, you should have shot this on goal. Okay.
yeah,
Don't go for the dribble. You only go for dribbles usually if it's a if it's a 1-on-1, or
Okay.
a 2-on-1 in your favor. Though, or if they're obviously like piled in goal together. But yeah, the dribble is great, but it unless you have an incredibly powerful flick with like a Dominus or something like that, where you
Yeah.
can just send it up, send it up and high, like from your goal, from your uh, area to the other team's area.
Yeah.
Uh, it's just not worth it. A shot on goal is much cleaner and much less risky. Ugh.
Okay.
Especially at this moment when you're tilted and
Yeah.
like losing games.
That was. I think I meant to hit that more to the corner rather than straight
Yeah,
back
it's
to
fine.
him.
It's fine. Look, you're losing confidence in yourself, and obviously your teammate is playing less than optimally. So don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You have another thing on your mind rather than playing well is trying to play around your teammate.
Yeah.
Now leave. Instantly leave.
Yeah.
Let him go for it. Oh, he's not gone. That's okay. Here. Okay, so I like telling my people I coach. Oh my god, is it? Is it? Oh yeah,
Tilted.
it is tilted, just like you. Is
True.
either you go back post and you slowly roll so you keep momentum, or if you're in a static position, sit here
Okay.
behind the line. Sit behind the line. You're able with ball cam to look through, as well as
Okay.
if the ball goes wide here, you just shoot a goal. Okay. That's if you're static.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I keep missing you. Because this you can almost own goal yourself here.
Okay.
Sit wider. You want to sit mid.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I definitely meant to pop that more.
That's okay. You scored. That's all that matters here. If you had perfect mechanics, you'd be an SSL, right?
I guess. Yeah.
Or you'd actually be a pro making it with the big bucks. Hmm. I don't know what. Okay, I would. I would have tried to kill the bull.
Okay.
I wouldn't have flipped. I think I would have tried to kill the bull here, in this
So just
position.
double jump into it.
Just be big on the ball. That's it, like a
Okay.
goalie glove, because throwing it mid is the worst thing to do, right?
Yeah.
And it's going to be, yeah.
Yeah.
You want to do anything but mid. You want to do it either you're able to go underneath him. So there's a couple ways you can deal with it. Here, you're flying up, right?
Yeah.
But you could have slowed your roll, dropped it, like, just change the point of angle that he thinks you're going to go at and change it. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So, like, slow
Yeah.
it down, go up, miss it, fake it, I don't know. But just do something slightly different to what he's expecting, because he's expecting to try and push this mid. So, yeah. Jesus, I don't know what on earth is wrong. It's just those things. The birds just they exist in this replay. Okay, bad first
I
touch.
definitely meant to start a dribble there.
Yeah. So you want to hit this diagonally. So you hit this forward, right? You want to cut it
Yeah.
diagonally and flick it as quickly as you can. If you had done it, I mean, you got the flick, which is better than I would have done there. To be honest, I think if I was in your similar position, I'd have just sat tough behind the ball and kind of like
Yeah, no, I definitely
50-50.
meant to hit that more on the left side to cut it in so I could go for a dribble, but I
But
just accidentally touched a little right or
what
left.
once you screw it up, you gotta change your roll. So here, maybe go for the 50-50 or something like that to push it mid.
definitely could have shot that more left and
Nah,
scored, but
that's okay. Look, you have you. Uh,
I shot it pretty mid. I think I could have got that angle.
I, but okay, you also got to be aware that you don't want to get dunked on, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, I would have maybe taken it up the wall.
Okay.
So you take it up the wall here, right about here, because
Yeah, that would have been smart.
he's obviously wanting to go for the shot on goal. He knows you're gonna go for the shot on goal. If you pass it here, go up the wall,
Yeah.
and just put it in this general area. High roll is probably gonna be aggressive, right, and score it.
Yeah. Okay.
But obviously, I might have done the same thing in that exact same scenario that you've done, because
Okay.
getting the shot on goal is the easiest thing.
I think I was panicking because it was 0 seconds anyway, so I'm like, might
Oh
as well
yeah,
just try
yeah,
and
yeah,
pass
yeah.
the shot
Okay.
and goal.
No, okay, no. I think then you've done the right thing here. No, that makes sense. I didn't actually notice the time. Yeah, I think that's right because it's unlikely that he's going to score from whatever dunk that's about to happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I was just trying to challenge so that I cut here and I shoot it to the ground.
Oh, dude, it's fine. It's zero time. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to predict
I
someone
messed
who's.
up by going far left on the kickoff there.
That's also fine. You didn't get scored on immediately from it. You didn't bounce into your own goal. That's the bare minimum. Obviously, we want to go inside, near post inside goal instead of here. It gives you far more options. I have this own personal rule. You can follow it or not follow it. If my teammate is dribbling in my half, I sit inside the goal.
Okay.
Because a 50-50 could happen right here, and it's more awkward, right? You're not going for this. You're doing exactly what I'm intending to do anyway, right? But I'm in a better position sitting near post inside the goal, waiting for the 50-50 to happen first. Because I can still anyway go for this. But you can pick to choose that or not. It's more of a personal feeling than anything else.
Yeah.
I like it. I think it would have been unwise to go for the challenge there. The patience is good.
Yeah, that's. I completely whiffed that.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. You gotta know your positioning properly. You wanna, at point of contact, be back post, right?
Yeah.
I don't think you are, right? Yeah. So yeah, that's just a feeling thing.
I think at this moment I thought I was going faster than I actually was.
You held break for a second. That's why.
Yeah.
Obviously, probably pick up one of the big boost pad.
Yeah.
This would have made that play easier. I like the recovery is good. Double jump there instead. Double jump kills the ball, and probably lets your you're doing so the path of least resistance. You got to think of it that way.
Yeah. I probably should have been back post there.
I'd have jumped up here.
Okay.
You just kind of flutter your boost and go up. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You want to kind of. But look, it's an awkward angle. Back post would have been easier, but you have no boost. It really stems from this 50-50 right here and taking a bad challenge. So yeah. Yeah, it's an awkward one. Don't worry about it. Yeah, that's about it. You have any questions? Oh.
I think I just played bad in that one.
I think
That's a rough one.
I think you didn't adapt in any
I think
way.
my positioning is usually a lot better than that, but I feel like I was just really thrown off by him chasing a lot because I'm not used to adapting to people who chase that much.
Well, yeah, solo queue you gotta adapt. Like, they're not gonna change the way they play. You have to change the way that you play.
Yeah.
So something that you gotta kind of figure out where they want to go. So if they're here, they wanna score it or
Yeah.
put it past. So you gotta position yourself so that you're kind of angling to this area, and then you're angling so that you're watching the ball, and then you're also going to that area, and then you can get wide, or you can go back and kind of defend whatever's about to happen here, right?
Okay.
Um, like I think there was definitely a few chances you could have scored if you had sat a little
Yeah.
wider, right?
Yeah.
But honestly, I think turn off the chat if you're tilted or if someone's being overly negative. It really just
Yeah.
doesn't help your play. Um, and just yeah, fit a little bit better. I would say it. Honestly, I just find some people that you enjoy queuing with.
Yeah.
I
I
solo
usually
queue.
add people, but I solo queue most of the time, unless somebody that I know is online,
Yeah, yeah.
usually. But I notice a lot of the time when I invite people on my friends list, they never join, so I just end up solo queuing anyways. So.
Oh, I guess you have it on Epic, don't you? Right?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So you can't. Can you shoot messages to people on Epic?
No, you cannot.
Okay. Okay, I understand. Yeah, I'd say you sometimes have in your frame of mind the play that you want to do, right?
Yeah.
But once you get that first bad touch, you gotta adapt your play around that. Play a bit more conservatively, and
Okay.
I feel like your 50-50 game is pretty weak. You're just
Yeah.
going for a 50-50 without thinking about how you want the 50-50 to go, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I try and like figure out, like you could do like a single jump behind the ball. So like, I have the ball here, like that, right?
Yeah.
Or you delay the second flip so that they mistime their 50-50, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, these are the types of plays that you can do, because I feel like your 50. The reason why you guys lost that game, obviously, you didn't adapt well, but also your 50-50 game made it so that because your teammate wasn't in a great position for a poor
Yeah.
50-50, it meant that he was caught unaware, right?
Yeah.
At least on two of the goals. So yeah, I also say that sometimes the best idea is just to shoot it at goal. You don't
Yeah.
have to do anything complicated, right? Like I can go like, all right, I'm gonna try and hit it. I'm gonna try and hit it so that it hits the backboard, right? Then I
Okay.
go for a second touch or something like that, right?
Okay.
Just throwing it up so that it's with the potential to get scored on, but it's 50-50 if it goes to the backboard or if it gets shot on goal. That's a far better choice of play most of the time.
Okay.
Obviously, if they give you lots of space, then yeah, you can. But sometimes it's just better to keep the momentum going and force the boost out, because every time you hit the ball up, they have to use boost to get there, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, I'd say that. But do you have any other questions or anything else?
Nah, I mean, not really. It's just I feel like I'm playing a lot worse. But then, like, I don't know. I just feel like recently, every single game I go into, it's like either somebody's extremely toxic for zero reason, or I'm tilted from a game that somebody was extremely toxic for no reason. And then I
Well,
go into game, and then I just feel like I'm playing horrible because I'm
well,
just tilted.
play simpler. Play simpler.
Yeah.
Simplify what you do. All right. Like so I got super tilted in threes, so that's why I dropped from like I don't know 1450 to 1330. So what I did was I played super defensive. I literally just went, all right, I know my defense is better than everyone in this level, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna defend everything and then just shoot it at their goal. That's it. I
Yeah.
made it my life's mission to do that. Simplify it down to simple concepts like I'll play back more. I'm just going to consistently shoot at goal hard. That's it. That's it. Like
Yeah.
make
The
yourself
thing is
yeah.
that, in my opinion, I think the reason why I was able to get to C2, or high C2, I guess, because
Mhm.
didn't quite hit C3. I was really close to hitting C3, but I
Mhm.
didn't quite hit it. I think the reason why I was able to do that is because I'm good at the advanced stuff, but I'm not as good at the basics. And people like aren't used to defending advanced stuff. Like
Okay.
I'll randomly go for like I'll show you my free play real quick.
Okay.
I'll share my screen and I'll show you some of the stuff that I just practice in free play. And I hit this stuff semi-consistently in like actual games. So I'll go for this stuff a lot, but I notice when I'm tilted, I can't do this stuff, but I'm not as good at the basics. So I straight up feel like I just can't play this game when I'm tilted. So
Have you thought
literally,
about getting better at the basics?
yeah,
Because to get to a higher level, you have to master the basics, right? Like,
yeah,
I'm not gonna. I know I can get a power shot whenever I want, right? Um,
yeah.
I, for me, yes,
Oh
you're,
God.
yeah, yeah,
Sorry,
but
I'm not warmed up.
that's
This
all
is
good.
horrible.
That's all good. But
This is not what it would be like if I went in game.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, 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 it's all good. But what I'm saying is, yes, when you're peaking and you're doing well, I can do the same. I can go for like great double touches. I can do incredible flicks, but you don't peak all the time, do you? You can't. So you gotta be confident in your ability to play the basics first, because you're not going to be able to make all the great touches you want, right? Um,
Yeah,
like, and I feel like sometimes what I feel like you lack is the decision making to decide. You kind of go for the mechanical play most times instead of
yeah,
potentially, like, if you're not in the best position, maybe playing a more conservative play is the better idea. Um,
yeah,
because for me, I can see when I see you play in that game, I can see a person who's not confident in the way in hitting things when I see you playing that game, right? Like, I see
yeah,
you kind of backing off. I can see that when you are going, obviously in that game, your teammate probably contributed to that because he's kind of very aggressive. But I just felt like you're questioning every time if you could hit something, right?
yeah,
And um, it's it's just easier to play consistently with basics first to know that you have those down, and then when you're really peaking and you're doing well, right? Um, it's going to be easier that way. Like, you definitely, I can see that you want to be mechanically advanced, but to get better, you need to also master the basics like shooting on goal and things like that.
yeah,
Because the vast majority of the time, shooting on goal is probably a better skill to have because your teammate passes to you or something like that. Um,
yeah,
yeah, because I think uh, your mechanic. I mean, obviously, it's a single game. You're not you're not hitting them as consistently as I would want to do them in twos. In threes, potentially, I would go like, yeah, you've got two people back, so it's all good to go for something like that. But in
yeah,
twos, you have to hit things. If you don't hit them well, or it doesn't work out,
yeah,
um, you're screwed. You gotta know that you gotta be able to make hits on things. You gotta make good decisions to keep them under pressure, um, not screw up, your hits, all that type of thing. It's yeah, because I feel like your decision making and your reasons to do things are, um, for someone who is is hitting things consistently, right? Like, if you're not, you gotta focus on the things that you can do, right? So what can you do?
yeah.
What can you do no matter how tilted you are?
Probably go for a basic flick.
Yes. So I don't know if I saw I think one, maybe two in that game, right?
Yeah,
So go to the things that are your bread and butter first. Get
yeah,
there first. Um, Once you get your confidence back, then you can kind of add things to it, like as you continue winning. But get that confidence first before you start, like, going for more stuff, because it's important. So yeah,
okay.
I mean, after all, I'm just a coach, but
Yeah,
that's what I'd recommend because it feels like your gameplay is from an unconfident person um,
yeah,
trying to get back, but you need to change your mindset and go like, I know I can hit these things. Let me try and hit these things in the game. That's it. And then
okay,
once you start hitting those things, you go, okay, I'm getting the feel more. So let me do more things. I mean, in terms of like how many hours do you have? You have 500-600 hours, right?
700-ish, yeah.
Yeah, you're well on your way, but it's just I feel like your decision making and your 50-50 game needs to change a bit before you can get to a higher level, because at Champ 3 and Grand Champ level, the basics are required. They're not
Yeah,
they're expected. They're not like I want to be able to hit an aerial at goal every time. I want to be able to shoot at goal, or at least make it seem like it's going to hit the goal. If it hits crossbar, then that's fine. But those are the types of things that you need to be confident at that you can do every time, because the consistency and the pressure on an attacking play will beat out any like solo play that you're about to do. Um,
yeah,
yeah, unless you're, like mechanically incredible. If you want to go that route, then by all means. But um, yeah, there's going to be a lot more heartbreak there. So yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Do you have any other questions?
Not really. That's about it. I
Okay.
just feel like I'm playing really bad because I'm tilted all the time because I keep losing.
Yeah.
Like the amount of toxic players I've been running into recently is kind of nuts.
So mute the chat and then build up your confidence. Play
Okay.
it almost like casual. It doesn't.
Yeah.
After all, it's just ranked. It doesn't matter. Like you've got your rewards for the season, right?
What do you mean rewards?
As in like
Yeah, I
seasonal rewards.
usually always get champion rewards. I don't really
Yeah.
try for rewards. I
It
just
doesn't
play the
matter
game.
where you land between champ and grand champ, right? Until you get to grand champ, right? It really
Yeah.
doesn't matter. So play like you almost don't care, and you're just trying to improve yourself. And if you do really want to win, then play a little bit more basic and hit the things that you know you can hit, and put the opponents in an awkward position. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Yeah. Give me a shout if you have any other questions or how it goes. Yeah. I'll
All right.
be here. Let me
Yeah, it's good.
end this recording right now.